That's a lie from the pit of hell. It's the devil is in the detail of this division thing, and we've got to get with the program, God's program of progress, real progress. We've got to agree and define progress. What does it mean? And be honest above all. I've got so much written down, folks, so many thoughts from the last couple of weeks, and I wanted to get into current events. With James O'Keefe was on the show with Millie Weaver, and I really like this guy. I really admire these people that, I don't know what it is, they've got that little special something. I just don't have the Constitution. That's it, they've got the Constitution. I don't know another way to put that, but it's just something that's in them. I don't know, maybe someday, maybe I can build the Constitution, but I really kind of don't like confrontation. I really have a really hard time with that. But maybe God will give me the ability to do it, okay? But I have a really hard time with being sneaky and underhanded, and I know that's kind of like going undercover is like that. But even in the Bible, there's talked about these good spies. I mean, people, it's like telling a white lie or something. You're working for God. I mean, so it's like with a wink and a nod that, these things get done. But we've got to expose. This is very biblical, very scriptural. To have, what is it in the book of Ephesians, have nothing to do with the fruitless deeds of darkness, but rather expose them. We've got to, every way we can. And these are all spot fires to me. These are all started from the central fire, which is the money masters of misery. Okay, that's who starts all these problems. The politicians working with them, but the core is really Satan's ambrosia. It's the money. The love of money is the root of all evil. So the top money lovers are in control. That's the root of all the evil. Those are the ones that are manipulating our reality, that are controlling us, that create the policies that they shove down our throats, but they're not willing to live by. That create all the problems, that create all the burden, that create all these jobs that revolve around the problems persisting. And so they say, well, I'm not going to think about that because that's just too extreme. That's too traumatic to think, well, if we just ended desperate poverty, it'd be a lot cheaper because crime would plummet, the national debt would plummet, abortions would plummet, the welfare industrial complex would plummet, dubious warfare industrial complex would plummet. All these jobs in these industries, therefore, would be rendered irrelevant. Do you understand the implications, the far-reaching ramifications, what I'm talking about, how radical that is? That we have been corralled into this mess. We've been manipulated to this point in history where it's like, oh my God, when we just realize how fallen we are, we've just got to really understand this thing and really take the bull by the horns and get in their faces. And if they kill us, they kill us. Okay, but we all do what we can do. And I'm doing what I can do by making these videos, and, people watch them. Maybe they don't. I don't know. But if everybody, if 1/1,000,000th of the people on earth watched even one of my videos, I hope that they could get a sense of what I'm about and what I believe the solutions to our problems are. It's just listening to God. It's just turning to God. God, help me. Guide me into being effective, because that's, after all, what it's about. We're His foot soldiers, His eyes and ears, hands and feet on the ground. And we're the ones that got to stand in the face. And if we were martyred because of it, so be it. But we've got to do what we've got to do for future generations. Will hold us accountable. Oh, you were indifferent. You were complacent. You didn't care. And now look what we've got. The earth's been destroyed by these money masters of misery. They've got the population down to 1/20th. What do they want? They want the 500 million people left on the earth. So they want to get they want to get rid of the vast majority. So you've allowed that to happen through your indifference and your complacency, not standing up to these people. That's the agenda they've got for us. That's the plan they have for us. So we've got to say that's an anathema to all humanity, and we've got to stand up against these people. We all have an obligation, a responsibility to just say no to these people. But to understand all the problems we have a central focus point, a central cause. And we need to focus on that. And we need to go for the root. It's going for the jugular. It's saying, no, put out the main fire and all those embers will go out automatically. Okay, we're going to be free, okay, just by confronting this problem with the power that God has endowed us with. Okay, forget the fact that you're a sinner. That's it. You got to confess it. You may never sin again. Maybe you're completely free from sin. But if you're not wicked, you're not wicked. You're opposed to wicked. It's your job to expose the fruitless deeds of darkness. Go out there and show where the evil is in the land. But always come back to that central focus is on the central cause, the jugular, the root of the problem. These money masters of misery, this critical mass, this tiny minority of people that are running roughshod over humanity. Remember, it's those top politicians. It's the people with the money printing power, the copyright to the money. Okay, this is the satanic power of this world. And all the establishment minions that go along with this thing, witting or not, they're going along with it. I forgot to mention that de Blasio had been warned by an imam about the attacks on pedestrians by an ISIS-inspired madman. Then that thing happened where the guy drove the truck. So the mainstream media won't talk about this kind of stuff. This is what pisses me off about the mainstream media. They'll focus on this. They're like the passage Jesus taught, the metaphor about you people, you hypocrites, you strain out a gnat and swallow a camel. That's how they operate. And it's annoying as all hell, man. They make me sick to my stomach. I can't stand these people. They're like the ones, they're working for the George Soroses of the world, who are big, fat, mooching leeches, crony capitalist, fascist pigs. Okay, that's who they are. That's who the boss of all these mainstream media outlets is. Okay, and their thing is just to muddy up, throw more mud in the water. Just keep that water muddy. Just keep it muddy. Nobody will know up from down, right from wrong, left from right. Okay, just keep it muddy, and they can keep on persuading people that they're the good guys. Socialists, George Soros, egalitarian, that's what they think, that perception is reality, right? That's what socialists believe. They believe they're the egalitarians, they're the good guys. They're for the little guy, the working class, blue collar, right? That's what George Soros has convinced you, right? He's full of it, man. These people are the ones that start the wars in the Middle East that create the need for all these refugees to escape their homelands. Think these people want to leave their homelands? No. But they've stirred up a hornet's nest. And it's very dangerous to live there. This is what they've done. Then they say, oh, you lack compassion. You're bad for not wanting all these refugees to come in from the problems we created. They are the central fire, these people. They're sickening. God help, have mercy on their souls. I'm exposing the fruitless deeds of darkness. I know how they operate. They're diabolical to the nth degree. Their religion is diabolism, worship of the devil. They're evil. They've got no value for conscience, integrity, honor. They don't believe in the God of the Bible, the God of reality and truth and justice and mercy and all the good things. They don't give a crap about that. This place called heaven and paradise. Oh, forget it, man. They want to create their own heaven and paradise, which is nothing but a dystopia. That's what it is. Oh, man, I was trying so hard not to be long-winded. What can I do, folks? I've talked about how I've met poor people that were elitist. I met a woman at this, I was talking to somebody at O'Reilly's auto parts store here recently, and used to be the Cragans here. I know they call it different things around the country. I lived in Las Vegas. They called it Checkers, but O'Reilly's apparently bought them all out. But I was talking to this gal in there, a young woman, maybe in her 20s, 30s, I don't know. But she couldn't hear a word I said. I was trying to talk to her about economic principles, stuff I've learned from economics courses, college level, and guys like Adam Smith, your Milton Friedmans, your John Keynes, your Max Kaisers, and all the other honest economists out there, your Paul Craig Roberts and your Harry Dents and your Paul or your Peter Schaefer's and all the honest economists with integrity, guys like Gerald Celente, with all the knowledge I have. See, I've got all their knowledge under my belt. But this woman couldn't hear a damn thing. I mean, it's like, dude, I'm saying that I believe you should be born free and that you're being duped here and that, here's a path to freedom, gradual freedom, tying minimum wage into the cost of living, And she's just, oh, $15 now. Oh, off the. But I say, look, but I'll do the math with you. Let's look at the buying power of minimum wage 55 years ago. Let's say, $1.50 an hour. So let's say what is unreasonable about saying, well, if the cost of living had gone down, that you would get paid $1 an hour, because it's a two-way street. Okay, now the word I'm saying could she hear? But I said, but if we do the math and it turns out that minimum wage to be comparable to that $1.50